Welcome back to Muscle Girls Inc. This is Christina Voynich back here, and I am now joined by a special guest. I have Ifbb Women's Physique Pro, Jillian Reville. Jilly, how's it going?
Hi, I'm great. How are you doing?
Good. Welcome back to the show. You were, I think, one of the first Women's Physique Pros we had on the show, so welcome back again. Do you still get a little nervous or a little anxious when people call you an Ifbb Pro?
No, it's kind of sunken in a little bit now, but I definitely am getting more and more anxious about this first show. So the closer the show gets, the more real it's all feeling. So it's a pretty exciting time.
You know, we've said this all the time. You had a forced off-season. You couldn't compete if you wanted. So how has this off-season been for you? You know, just so everyone knows, you're getting ready for the very first Women's Physique Pro show down in Mesa, Arizona, Strikers Desert Classic. Is that what it's called, right?
Yeah, the Desert Muscle Class.
Desert Muscle Class. I should know this, right? I'm the one who's supposed to know these. So how was your off-season, to give everyone an update?
You know, my off-season was better than I could have expected. It was, you know, the longest off-season I've ever taken since I started competing in '07. You know, that was a blessing in disguise. You know, at first I panicked. I was like, oh, no, like, what the heck am I going to do for, like, 5 months without prepping for a show? But I stayed on the leaner side for me in an off-season, like, more so than I had before. So I stayed a little bit leaner. I ate a lot more clean food. I definitely grew into my frame. I was working with a gentleman, Kenny Wallach, out of Goals, New Haven. He did all my arm training because that's what I wanted to make sure I filled out the most. You know, my shoulders have always been dominant, and my biceps and tris were always on the smaller side, so I knew I needed to fill my arms out to compensate for my dominant shoulders. So I actually started training with Kenny every Saturday morning since May.
Okay.
So that is the one thing on me that has definitely is shocking for me. And as I have started to diet down, I can't believe the progress that I've made. You know, it's not quite up to certain other people's, you know, arms, but for me and for myself, for what I came from to what I am now, it's a tremendous difference. My glutes actually are more full. My legs have always been fine, but even they look a little bit more full. My midsection, I finally am starting to get abs for the first time in my life.
Congratulations.
I know. Kenny gave me a few pointers on what I should do, and it worked. And so overall, my appearance is definitely more full. I wouldn't say thicker, but a little bit more dense. Basically, my off season, I couldn't have asked for a better time off. So
that's awesome. You know, it's funny. It's one of those things where a lot of people, you're not only competing against the other women on stage, you're also competing against the last time you yourself stepped on stage. You're competing against the last physique that those same judges saw. So while, you know, you always want to look better than the next girl, more importantly, you want to look better than you did last time because, you know, everyone else is thinking the exact same thing, that they're all trying to look better than they did last time. So was your dieting now any different? I know we still have another 6 weeks or so, but did you change anything with your diet, or was it just your training?
Just my training. You know, I worked with Kenny on my arms, but I did all my other training on my own. I did my own diet again in my off season, and you know, I started dieting on my own again for this show. I'm not really doing too much different than I did for last year. I actually just had like a huge cheat meal on Saturday because my weight dropped a little bit too far down for where I would have liked to have been at this point. I'm actually really very lean right now, so I wanted to make sure I stayed full, so I had a great cheat meal.
What did you have? I got to ask, what did you eat?
I had a huge 10-ounce bacon cheeseburger with barbecue sauce, ranch dressing, and a ton of fries, and a huge ice cream from Cold Stone.
You're making everyone's mouth water right now, including my own. After this interview, I gotta go stuff my face. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was awesome. I went out with my boyfriend and one of my best friends, John De La Rosa. We all went out and celebrated my cheat meal together, so it was fun. It was a good time.
Very, very nice. So is your suit all picked out? Is your posing routine all ready to go, or do you still got a few ends to tie together?
Suits are covered. I had the sponsorship from Tammy Marie last year, so I have a couple of suits ready to go. I haven't decided which one I'm going to use yet. But my routine is finished. I actually had thought that the routine was supposed to be a minute and a half, 90 seconds. But then, talking with a few other people and looking at Stryker's website, the routine can be up to 3 minutes now.
Okay.
So I don't know if I should go back to the drawing board. I mean, it's 6 weeks out, or actually almost 5 weeks out now. So I'm toying with adding another 30 seconds into my routine, but I did my own routine this year.
Nice, very nice.
So I started that. I'm not a dancer per se, so I started working on my routine in July.
That's
so to
good.
change it now would be kind of crazy, but we'll see what happens. I really love my routine, so.
Very exciting. So overall, you feel pretty good going into this?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel really great, and like you said before, this is really a competition with myself and bringing a better package and bringing a better me to the stage and really not worrying about what anyone else brings because, you can't help what happens the day of the show. And I know I put in the work, I put in the effort, I've done the dieting. I know that it's definitely going to be the best me on stage by far, and you can't ask for anything better than that. So.
And I got to tell everyone, I got a sneak peek via text message from her photos, so watch out, everybody. You look very, very good, in all honesty and all kidding aside. You look great, and I think you have a perfect look for Physique, hence the obvious pro card, but I think we're all kind of on the edge of our seats to see history in the making almost. So it must be very exciting to be part of one of these huge things. So anyone else you want to thank before you head off to your first pro show?
My crew, I have the best support team behind me. Obviously my parents, my boyfriend Donnie, he's amazing. I honestly couldn't do this without him. And my best friends, Melissa, Kat, John, Juan, Marco Rivera, the whole crew here in New York. It's kind of unbelievable that so many people compete. Actually, all turned pro other than Kat. She had already turned pro, but all turned pro this year. It's just such an amazing support group, and I couldn't do it without them. So I feel very blessed on this journey to the stage this time.
Awesome. Well, like I said, the first time we interviewed you, you are a fan of you're not a fan of ours. We're a fan of you, I guess.
Thank you.
You're a fan of ours, I guess, too, because you always come on our show.
I am.
But we are, of course, a big fan of you, not only on Muscle Girls, but on RX Muscle completely, because you're kind of, one of the esteemed members of the RX community. So we're all
thank you.
Very much looking forward to you stepping on stage, and hopefully we'll be able to get an update from you after the show and kind of how it all went in your first experience. So best of luck to you these last few weeks before the show.
Thanks so much. Thanks for everything. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jill. We'll be back in just a minute after this next break with another Women's Physique Pro, so we'll be back after this.
Muscle Girls Inc., the next generation.